This is the podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this joint update for the podcast and the current podcast. This is our video update for June 6, 2008. Today, I wanted to do something unique because I was thinking in the shower today, if I had the opportunity to interview Barack Obama, what would I ask him? So I have devised a list of 10 questions that I would ask Barack Obama. They're rather lengthy because, I want to get a lot in. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you the 10 questions. You can post your 10 questions in the comment section of this video or email us at feedback@thecurrentpodcast.com because we're going to talk about this in the upcoming weeks. But also I'm going to email these 10 questions to the Barack Obama staff and see if they will give me answers. If they will not give me answers, I intend to put in a media query to try to get an interview with an Obama spokesperson, and hopefully we'll get something then. So I wanted to use the mic today, the nice mic, to get good audio quality for our webcam. This is our new webcam on our laptop, so that's why I'm on this, and that's why you can't see my mouth, and I look like Wilson from Home Improvement, really. Anyways, let's get started. I wanted to cover a lot of topics here. So we cover energy, Social Security, spending, Iraq, terrorism, a ton of stuff in these questions. Let's go. Question number 1. You tout your bipartisanship status. In your now famous Yes We Can speech, you said, quote, "We are not as divided as our politics suggests," end quote. Yet you turned down a joint trip to Iraq with John McCain. As of this date, you have not responded to his request to hold 10 joint town hall meetings, and you are ranked as the most liberal senator in Congress. Why turn down these bipartisanship opportunities, and where is your proof of bipartisanship? Number 2. You have said in a debate that you would meet with the leaders of Syria, Iran, Cuba, and other nations without precondition anywhere in the world in your first year in office. Yet it has been 880 days since you've been to Iraq. Why are you so eager to meet with our enemies, but it's been 2.5 years since you've gone and seen the progress in Iraq? Number 3. You have said many times that you believe the war in Iraq is deterring our ability to fight al-Qaeda in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Yet just this month, CIA Chief Michael Hayden said al-Qaeda is near defeat in Iraq and Saudi Arabia and on the defense in their safe haven in the Afghan-Pakistan border. Senator, will you admit that the war in Iraq has had a significant impact in defeating al-Qaeda? And if not, why? Number 4. You support the Democrats' energy plan of, quote, holding oil companies accountable, end quote. The Democrats' plan, according to the radio address Debbie Stabenow gave on May 10, 2008, has 5 steps, none of which work to increase the supply of oil throughout the world. How is it that yourself and the rest of Congress hasn't acted to increase the supply when oil executives that have testified have said that this is the main reason prices are so high? Question number 5. You support a cap-and-trade system in which corporations pay for permits to emit energy. A similar system has failed in Europe, doubling the cost of consumer energy prices and actually increasing emissions. This system would no doubt have the same effects on our country. If you are truly invested in lowering energy costs, why do you support this measure to increase them? Number 6. You have garnered the support of many young people, yet on an issue that should be important to them, Social Security, your plan does not include a plan for long-term Social Security, besides raising taxes. Outside of raising taxes, what will you do to protect Social Security for the future? Number 7. To my count, you have between $690 billion and $1.3 trillion in new proposals. Yet you've been very mum about raising taxes. How do you expect to pay for such a large chunk of additional spending without raising taxes? Number 8. You speak about lower middle-class taxes and increasing taxes on the wealthy. Is that really fair, considering 86% of all federal taxes are paid by the top 25% of income earners? Do you believe in the redistribution of wealth? Why is it fair to take a larger portion of the rich's money? Why do you feel the government has a right to that money? Number 9. After Tony Rezko was convicted of 16 counts of fraud, you came out and said that he wasn't the Tony Rezko you knew, much like you said about Jeremiah Wright after his inflammatory comments. How is it that you befriended these people, and why is it you flip-flop on your relationship with them once they have done wrong? And finally, recently at the AIPAC speech, you said that Jerusalem, quote, must remain undivided, end quote, and should be the undivided capital of Israel. Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas did not like that statement, forcing you to backtrack, saying the separate parties would have to negotiate that issue. Why the backtrack? Why has backtracking been a consistent part of your campaign? So those are my 10 questions to Barack Obama, and those will be emailed to his staff, and we expect a response. We'll see what the response is. If we don't get a response, I will have the full idea of putting in a media inquiry and trying to get a spokesman on our show to answer some of those questions, because I think it's important that the American people get tough questions answered from the person who wants to be the president. So that is the podcast for podcast episode number 3 for June 6, 2008, and it is the current podcast video update for Friday, June 6, 2008. You can get a whole list of these questions on my blog, the blog of Vodner, thecurrentpodcast.com/BOB. Have a great day.